What grinds your gears?
What grinds my gears is people not being able to make a goddamn decision when they walk into a fast food restaurant.
Yes, that is very predicament thing.
So I was recently, with all the fast food places recently opening up their doors, to actually have sit downs.
Yeah.
Um, people forget apparently what menus look like. Because it was, you think it happened once. I was like, oh, it's just a fluke, but no, this happened 4 different occasions.
Really?
Not two, not three, but 4 fucking different occasions. 2 were at McDonald's, one was at Wendy's, and one was at Burger King. No, sorry,
See,
not Burger King. Taco Bell.
I can
And
see Taco Bell. I can see Wendy's, but McDonald's? What else would you get at
oh, oh,
McDonald's?
well, I have 3 main choices when I go into at least when I go into a fast food burger place. It's either a quarter pounder or a chicken sandwich, or just if I want something small, end up getting like chicken nuggets.
All right.
But that would be for if it was for McDonald's, right? So I'm going to McDonald's. The people in front of me, they just seem bewildered at the fact that the menus, uh, were digital. Like they were staring at it, just like, oh
Oh, like they've never seen
god,
it before?
what? Well, because you know how I know the one at Burger King does it. It transitions screens.
Oh yeah. Where like it
And
has like you press on one thing and then it just goes to another.
no. But like when you go over, if you go over to like where the guy is with the register, you look above him, and the screen is digital. That will transition sometimes until like a special that they're doing, and maybe that'll hold for like 5, maybe 10 seconds.
Oh, and then they
Uh,
switch and you'd be like,
and,
wait,
and,
that what
and
was
then
that?
and then they switch, and then it goes back to the real menu, and they just seem so befuddled that they couldn't read a menu for longer than about 30 seconds because the main menu holds for about a minute, and then it goes into a deal that they're going to for at most 10 seconds, and then it goes back to the menu for another minute. It was, and the people I was in front of the first time, I'm like, this has to be a joke, right? Am I like on a set of Impractical, because this shit is just a joke.
Yeah. That's,
So they go up to the guy, and they go, "Excuse me, but we're having a hard time picking what we want." And now, if you ever known a McDonald's employee, there is 2 functions to a registered McDonald employee: is would you like extra fries with that, or yes, okay, sir. Um, that's the 2 functions of a 16-year-old working at a register at McDonald's. And this kid is just like, so now I'm standing behind them. They only have one register open,
that's how you know it's a disaster though. Like when just one register, then you're just screwed.
and I'm just standing there, like, because I only have an hour for when I go to dinner.
Uh,
Um, well, it's really a half hour, but they give me a little extra time just to eat. Um, so I'm standing online behind these apparently a Cro-Magnon who've never seen a digital menu before. So they're going, we can't read the menu for too long. We're having a hard time picking what we want. Is there any way you can just tell us the menu? And I'm standing there with my jaw to the goddamn floor, going, this, you just asked a 16-year-old kid to tell an entire McDonald's menu. This kid doesn't even know what he has to take a test on tomorrow, let alone what the menu is for McDonald's.
yes, let's go through each one thing from the dollar menu specifically.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
go.
from the sides to the meals. Let's just go. And he just the kid literally just went like, look, I could tell you everything on the menu, but honestly, I rather just not. So
What
you
the
go.
hell?
So what ended up happening was this guy just ends up being like, "Can I just get a hamburger?" It's just like, "Here you go." And the mom was just like, "Yeah, can I just get one too?" And then they had like a um, maybe the kid was like 7 or 8,
So,
and they all end up just getting basic bitch hamburgers with a drink on the side.
can I have a cheeseburger with no cheese?
Yeah, pretty much. For a while that was actually a roundabout way to getting a dollar off your meal.
Wait, really?
For Oh yeah, I remember when I was little, McDonald's did it was sorry, it was 50 cents. Uh, because burgers were $1.50, and cheeseburgers, or sorry, that was reverse. Cheeseburgers were $1.50, and burgers were $1.
Oh, and then you'll be like, I want no cheese, and you get 50 cents. Be like,
Yeah, and it would be like, they were dollar cheeseburgers,
God.
and you'd just be like, yeah, could I just not have them and with cheese? And yeah, you essentially got a meal for free. I say meal. I mean, for like a kid, like I was
Yeah,
like
very.
6 or 7.
Yeah, one bite is one meal.
I mean, now I could just wolf down 8 of those, but whatever.
But no, it's McDonald's, where it's like
It's
really shitty food.
McDonald's. I don't give a shit. It's McDonald's. I can't get mad at employees that they clearly don't want to work there. So I can't get mad at that.
But I think that's for every
What
fast
what
food
I
place.
can get mad at McDonald's at is their shitty layout for the restaurants. I hate the layout of McDonald's.
Well,
Like, let me explain. You and I live by one that's really close
that's
by,
not.
and
Yeah.
it's a default restaurant. There's nothing really too inherently wrong with it,
Oh,
but there's one a little bit more ways that absolutely makes me want to tear my eyes out. There, it goes when you first walk in. It's an immediate eyesore because you normally have the McDonald's arches when you first walk in the door. You see the McDonald's arches, and then the menu's all they got all the arches everywhere,
yeah.
and they end up they completely change the color scheme inside. It's like this brick amber with like a yellow, like with the McDonald's yellow, and it's just this red yellow combination that just doesn't look good. So it's an immediate eyesore when you walk in.
It's like my eyes, and then you just fall.
No, really, it's my eyes. So on top of the incompetent workers, but like I said, I can't get too mad at the workers. Um, Somebody decided to lay out the tables where they tried to fit as many tables as they could into essentially. I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but they're just so tightly packed that essentially, if you had 2 people sitting back to back, you might as well do. Um,
Do some square
it's
dancing in the middle.
no, seriously, it's so compact. You might as well be square dancing with them. Seriously, 2 tables of 4 can lead into shindig. Um,
Wow.
it was so tightly packed. I was with 2 of my other friends, and they were just like, we can't even enjoy eating. It's just so many people, and because it was so many people, it was like, well, now it's stupidly hot where I can't even enjoy my food. So we're like, screw this. I might as well just eat in the car. That's what we ended up doing.
Wow. That kind of sucks, though.
Yeah, and I don't know whose idea it was. Like they had to fit in all those tables, but you could have easily have gotten rid of 2 or 3 of them and been totally okay. Even then, I would still say it would be compact, but at least it'd be breathable.
Wow, that's.
And apparently it was a loaded McDonald's. A lot of people seemed to go there because even when we went, we had a hard time finding a table. And when we finally sat down, we couldn't even enjoy our food.
There's too many people just breathing down your neck, like.
Yeah, no, these
Like a
the mouth
Patrick.
breathers, the mouth breathers out of there are just absolutely overwhelming. It was just a bad time overall.
Yeah, that does really suck though. That would grind
It,
my gears.
that definitely grinds my gears, and this leads into an even bigger problem: people just being super goddamn indecisive. I know this goes back onto the menu thing, but it's just the people just don't know how to decide things. It's fine to think about certain situations, like if you're picking up, burgers at a supermarket, right? You want to get the right kind of burgers, so
Yeah.
you sit and think about it for a moment, and then you go, all right, the burgers I was looking for isn't here, but these are a close second, you know. But no, you'll have the people. I was at a supermarket a couple weeks ago, and I was picking up hamburgers, and you could see where this is leading already.
Yeah, oh yeah. I can see it from a
So
mile
so
away.
the guy was standing in front of the hamburgers, and now I'm like, all right, well, how long is it gonna take? A few seconds. He probably already knows the guy. So he opens up the freezer door, and he's just staring at the list. He's scanning up and down the thing, and it's like, all right, just pick your burger. If it's not there, you should have known it by now. It's their third time coming around, looking up and down the goddamn aisles by the shelf, and he still hasn't picked anything yet. So I try to worm my way in there, and he's just not even getting the hint that somebody's behind him.
And
So
he's like, "What the
I'm
fuck?"
like, whatever. I go down a few more. I pick up some frozen vegetables, and then I down to pick up the burger. He's still fucking choosing with the door open. The door's open. So
Letting all the
I'm
cold air
like,
out. How
this guy
could you?
can't be for fucking real, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep my composure in front of this guy. And now he's physically getting frustrated because he's clearly looking for one brand that the store didn't have. I'm at Stop and Shop, by the way. It's a Stop
Yeah.
and Shop.
Because the Stop and Shop, they actually have different
And
places
I
for
had to take a
different
swig
burgers.
because my voice is already getting
No,
fucking
no, you're good.
destroyed.
But I know, like, at least for Stop
He
and Shop.
finally takes something off the shelf, and I go, my God! It took him over probably 4 to 5 minutes to choose a hamburger.
He just wants the burger.
Of all goddamn things.
Wait, which type did he actually get, though? Like, no joke. Is it like a boba
I
type?
think
or...
I lost you. I don't hear you anymore.
Oh, you definitely. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
no, that's
no.
on me.
Oh,
Where'd
that
my
was
headphones go?
that was you. Cool.
Oh, there.
Hello. Yeah, you hear me?
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I was like, wait a second. I'm looking up my Discord. I'm like, wait a second. I don't have my mic muted.
No, yeah, it was no, that was just really weird. But yeah, I assume you caught the end of it?
Yeah, I have everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. So my the thing that pissed me off is he had the freezer door open the whole time.
Letting all the cold air out.
For 5 minutes, he was just staring at burgers, and then he eventually just chose one. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, because I know at the Shop and Stop, they actually have like two different places for burgers. Like they have like the chopped meat that you can get to make the burgers. Then they have like the patties that they make themselves.
Freezer section down the aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like aisle 1 frozen stuff.
God. And then you also have the what is it? The Beyond Meat or whatever it's called, like the plant stuff. That's in a different aisle.
The Impossible Burger stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would definitely buy stuff like that. But you ever seen the price tag on those things?
Yeah, those are expensive. Like you have to get those on sale.
they're almost never on sale. I've never seen them on sale. Come to think of it.
I know. Was it either ShopRite or Wayfair? They usually have them on sale like every other week.
At least in store, I've never seen them.
Oh.
But you know what? It really grinds my fucking gears with stores. Uh, stores that only have sales for certain card holders.
Yes, that's
Um,
so annoying.
so like you're having a sale, but only for the people that go to your store regularly. Why?
Like it screws everyone else over.
Why? You're thanking them for using your store. But like I could only get a card once and never come back to your store again. Like that doesn't make you a better store. You just have a deal that I want for one specific item.
Yeah, it's like what's the
Like
point?
that doesn't do anything. That makes me want to go to your store less.
Like
Because
I don't
I can go around to every supermarket right now, right? And
yeah.
go, hey, can I sign up for this? Hey, can I sign up for this? Hey, can I sign? And never go to them. I ended up going to fucking Trader Joe's about 25 minutes out.
Because Trader Joe's actually has decent prices. That's surprising too, because they're usually
It
expensive.
depends. It depends. Sometimes it depends on what you get. Like their cereals are okay, but a lot of their frozen stuff is a lot of them is pricey.
They're not too pricey.
No, I mean it's not like Impossible Burger stuff, but it can get expensive. I've gone there. I've spent over $150 easily just going to Trader Joe's.
Well, what do you get there? Since we're on that
Um,
topic.
what do I get there? Funny enough, a lot of it's for Amanda.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up getting a lot of stuff for her, like some of the cereals. I get some of like the frozen mac and cheese. Her parents like a lot of things, so we
Yeah,
end up just getting a bunch of random gubbins.
yeah. I'm a fan of their produce. Like the produce there is actually nice.
Oh yeah, the produce is fine. They're fresh cold cuts. They have fresh cheeses, which I'm a fan of.
Oh yeah,
Um, so
like
I'm
that
always
Gouda cheese.
not even good. Just their actual the legit real fresh mozzarella. Not the quote unquote fresh mozzarella you'll get at regular supermarkets, but actual real mozzarella.
Well, they have like the balls, right? They actually
Yeah,
put them together.
they have the container of mozzarella balls, but they also have the sheer bricks of them.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I know they
they
have them
have
at Stews.
yeah, they have them at yeah, the mozzarella balls also have at Stews. I can't attest for Stu Leonard's mozzarella balls. I don't know how fresh they are, but I know the Trader Joe's ones are actual fresh mozzarella balls.
Yeah, no, Stews is fresh.
Right.
Unfortunate. This is a shitty
What?
place.
I mean,
It's gotten worse.
you work there, so yeah, it's
I
gonna be a
used
shitty
to
place.
work there, but as I was leaving, they're going
Yeah.
down and down and down. They barely have any customers going to that store now. So I'm glad that I left.
You know what's weird? I went into a Stu Leonard's the other day, and I mean, it didn't seem slow.
It's probably the East Meadow one because the East Meadow one is a lot more better than the Farmingdale one.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. See, yeah, I went to the East Meadow one. We just happened to be going by, and we are like, "Hey, you want to stop here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not?"
yeah, it's so bad now. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I really don't.
Hey, look, that Stu Leonard's took over Dave and Buster's, which I'm not a fan of. So hey, I'll take Dave and Buster's over Stu Leonard's.
True. Dave and Buster's will always beat Stews. Don't you forget it.
Big facts, big facts. You know, the thing is, I could easily go into rants about Dave and Buster's though. Um,
Yeah, I've had a grind my gears moment at Dave and Buster's once.
what was it? Waiting on a line for a game?
Unfortunately, yes.
You know why? Because that's everyone's problem with Dave and Buster's. But I have certain experiences that most do not.
What is that?
I because I am or was an employee there. I have seen many of things. I have done many of things. Some of which I am not proud of. But
Not proud
I,
of.
I mean, in the sense that of being a worker, and I could say it now because I've been unemployed there from over a year now, so I could say this shit. But there's just a lot of I wouldn't call it shady because shady seems like it's illegal. It's just kind of backhanded to some people. Like when we first got our VR machine, right? We ended up getting our like 4-player VR station at the mall closer to us.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
and then when we finally got that one, maybe a month after we had opened it, we raised it $1. And we were the first store to do it because originally it was $5, and then out of nowhere they made it 6, and we were the first store to do it.
They probably just wanted to make a
And
profit, though.
but $5 was the profit line. That was profit.
But if it was a popular game, then that actually makes sense, though. Like, we're trying
But
to like fool you guys, be like, "Hey, we really raised this $1," but you probably won't notice the difference.
now you already had they had already raised. Although I could understand doing the other one because we had recently switched to full digital tickets instead of the paper ones, and the cards are RFID. So this way you don't have to put in the card. You can just put this card over the reader and it scans. And those cards take more technology. They're newer cards, and instead of $2 for an activation fee, it was 3. That I can understand. So you're already scamming us out of $1 for an activation fee, and so now they want another dollar, a weird $5, weird $6. So instead of handing us a 5, now you have to find a single somewhere on top of it.
God,
So
that's awful.
so I didn't like that, but whatever, business is business. So when we got the VR machine, the big deal, and they stressed it so hard when I was there, to use the weight system.
Weight
It
system.
it yeah, so they had a weight system inside the station to set up for the games. Essentially, it was okay. This person had they're fourth in line, let's say. All right, they put a name for a party, whoever it was. It's like setting up for a reservation, essentially. All right. Here's the name. It's this many people, and the cell phone number. This way, that they know they're up next, and they can just come to it while they play their games.
Oh, that seems fair, though.
Right, it is, but they had stressed it so hard, right, that we were under the assumption that we had to use it all the time. For even if there was only one person ready to go, we had to use the weight system. So
Interesting.
they had put us in, and so they go, okay. So we put first in wait list where, but meanwhile nobody's there. We had to use the wait list. First in wait list, and then okay, 4 people, and the name, and then the phone number. So they put in the phone number. The wait list goes on. They even ask us all the time, well, why do we gotta put on? Why do we have to give her your phone number if we're already here? And I told them, like, honestly, I don't know. It never
That's
made
just
any
how it
sense.
works.
No, I think that's not even how it worked because I could set it up just fine for one play. It wouldn't make a difference because they already had paid for their money up at the front desk to get their arcade tickets or arcade tokens to go on the VR machine. So there's no discernible reason for me to even be to use a wait list. So I'm trying to figure out why. So I asked my boss, I was like, why do we have to use this wait list every time? And it was essentially not to steal phone numbers because obviously that would be illegal. But what it was is it's essentially just the system to make sure that they are active, if that makes
Oh,
any sense.
that does make sense actually.
Um,
At least to me, it makes
and
sense.
and eventually I stopped caring, and I just did it like I normally would. Because I told him, I told my boss, like, look, eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm not gonna keep doing this, and you're just in. If you're gonna get mad at me for it, be mad at me, but I'm gonna do it the way I'm gonna do it because it works just as well, if not quicker. So I started doing it that way, and yeah, I got yelled at a few times because I wasn't doing it the right way. But honestly, it was quicker and far, far easier than having to set up a wait list every time. And then eventually, other techs started doing it because they got bored of it and they stopped just doing it entirely. Um, it was just an awful, awful set of rules that they had established for a legit no reason. At least not by Dave and Buster's standards.
Hmm. I'm surprised.
But I mean, I can. But that's just Dave and Buster's themselves. I can go on and on and on and on and on about guests.
Damn. Yeah, I know you've expressed a lot of Karen stories before on
Oh
stream.
yeah, and those are just Karen stories. Those aren't even dum stories. Those are just Karen stories.
Yeah, but
I
you
can
you
share
do.
those too, but hold my breath.
Yeah, you don't have to go too far into it. Be like,
Me.
I remember that one time.
I remember the time, the good old days.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's alright. But I'm gonna get into something a little more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to know what really grinds my gears today?
We'll grind your gears.
Bots on hackers.
Mm.
So there's a game that actually came out very recently. I think like 2 or 3 days ago.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, yeah. So
How did I know?
it's such a good game. Like
It's pretty interesting. It's like Wipeout, but fun.
in a way, yes. I can relate it to more like Doritos Crash Course type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like all goofy, really fun. Highly recommend it. I played it on the PlayStation because I had a free month of PS Plus, so I decided to play it.
Okay.
And there are so many goddamn hackers in the game. I'm like bewildered.
Now, how the heck can you hack a game like that? What is it? Just auto movement?
It's literally just movement based. Like there's no guns, no nothing. All it is, there's a grab, there's a dive, and a walk. That's it.
So what you're saying is that there's essentially task bots for it.
In a way, I would say so. Yeah.
Hmm.
But there are people who would literally have like speed hacks. Like they would go a lot faster than normal, and it's very noticeable. And I'm kind of surprised. Like, well, yes, in one way I am surprised, in one way not really. But like, there's a lot of people on there. Like, how do you not get all these like hackers? Like, seriously. Like, how can you grab? There's no way that you can possibly grab two people at once. Because I was even watching a stream. They grabbed two people and just threw them off the edge. I'm like, how do you do that?
Can you like I don't know what button it is to grab, but can you toggle grab like just rapid fire like
Oh,
and
spam
pretend
it?
to juggle? Yeah.
Not that I know of.
There a cooldown for each grab.
I think there's a cooldown. Like there's supposed to be like a set cooldown. Like I think like a 2 or 2 second cooldown. If
Yeah,
I remember
I
correctly.
don't know it. I don't know enough about the game particularly to know if there is. But I mean, if there's no cooldown and you could just grab freely, then maybe they're just quick spammers.
Yeah,
But
the Call of Duty days. Like, oh, gonna spam with the pistol.
What? Just YY?
Just YY the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trick no scope. Nah. But
I doubt. Yeah, for a game that's very physics based, I just can't believe there are something like TASBots that
yeah,
are like that.
yeah, it's unbelievable. Like there's even like I'm gonna say it. I hate team-based modes in
Oh, the egg
goddamn
one,
phone.
right?
There's the egg one, there's the soccer one, and there's one more I haven't played yet. I'm forgetting the name of it. But it's like you have three people rolling the balls down a little lane.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was called. So don't get mad at me for not remembering.
New game. It's fine.
But like you would have people that would, at least in those game modes, they would harass the other peoples and then not even focus on your own objective. Like, how cruel can you be? Like,
Well, I
don't why
know.
would
I know. At least in the egg one, you can just screw people over. I understand the premise of that one.
yeah, but the other game modes that makes no sense. Like, sure they can use it to quote unquote block the ball, but if you're just grabbing people, just holding them on, and then just not doing anything else, like you're not being productive as a team player. Like that's not even going to like hackers or anything like that. That's just being like a dick.
Is this the same people who made Gang Beasts?
I think so. I'm actually not sure. I might have to look that up.
I can do that. Go on your rant, and I'll look that up.
Alright. Yeah, but it's very frustrating dealing with team based modes, and then especially now, I think there's the tail game mode that they have, where they get the final thing, like they get the crown. That game mode is so frustrating because you can easily tell like they're like either lag switching the game or something because you would get close to them about to grab the tail, you would have a little bit of like a lag, like a little like frame drop, I would say, and then they would zoom across the map, and you're like, what the hell? And then it becomes normal. I'm like, huh? How is it possible? It's like, oh, maybe it's just the game. Maybe the game's just lagging a little bit. I get close to them again, same thing happens. Okay, this doesn't seem normal. Do it again, same thing happens. And then the game's like, that's game, and then like, wow, I literally lost because of the goddamn lag. Then you realize that was the same person that also did messed up in the beginning of the game. So you're like, what the hell?
He wants all the frames to himself.
It's like, mine. Just let me just grab the frames and put them over here.
You know, like I understand the want to game. What I don't understand is the fact of why, if it's online multiplayer, right? The hack to hack is to want something from the game that you can't easily achieve. But that game, you can't really. There's no real goal aside from just getting that sweet victory royale.
Yeah, it's basically I wouldn't say this. It is technically a battle royale without guns.
Well, yeah, it's the ultimate knockout game.
It's better than Warzone. It's better than Fortnite.
Well, I mean, it's probably
It's going to be the Fortnite killer. I'm saying it now.
I don't think it's gonna kill Fortnite, but no, that was Tetris 99. But to hack a game is to obviously want something out of it. But when you cheat the game like that, you're essentially denying yourself the game.
Yeah, it's like you really like what is your goal for
because
hacking the game?
cheating isn't fun. Cheating is getting your victory at what cost kind of deal. Like, yeah, you won, but I didn't have fun doing it.
Yeah, like there's no drive to it. Like unless you have a drive, it's like, oh, I want to screw over the makers of this game.
Do you remember the old Ratchet and Clank games where they had like they call them hacks, but they're in-game bonuses that you can go for and achieve your goal for, and for doing the extra stuff, you got the fun things on top of it.
Yeah, like you had like big head mode and all that stuff.
Well, yeah. Not even just big head mode. They had like a bolt explosion in one game where they just everything caused a million, like hundreds of bolts to just explode from not enemies,
Oh,
and that
I know what
that
you.
was one of the last things that you got.
Yeah,
Where it just one nuts and bolts just became a non-issue. But it was just a mountain of nuts and bolts to come out, and it's just fun things to do. And see, like that being an in-game hack, obviously it was meant to be there. That's a function that was made to enhance the gameplay, not to cheat.
exactly.
But when you install your own cheat system, say even if it's just something as simple as a speed hack, if you're using speed hacks, uh, that just ruins, uh, even for other people. That ruins it for yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like the same thing like Call of Duty.
that's not Fall Guys anymore. That's your own creation of your own alteration. I'm not going to even say it's illegal because obviously it's illegal. You're messing with somebody's copyrighted code. Um, so that
Yeah,
right there, and if they get caught, they could get arrested. They probably wouldn't. They'll probably just get banned eventually.
yeah, but I think the worst thing is
But
like I understand they went into
it's
maintenance.
like, why? We always hear about the hackers that play Call of Duty, the aimbots. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, that's not fun at
Aimbotting
all.
isn't fun.
Like, why would you do that? Like you right there. Why? Why? Just why? Oh, there you go. Yeah, but going back to like my other point, like just don't don't hack. You're ruining it for other players. Seriously, just stop.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, all right.
Where'd it go?
Huh? You found it?
Wait, what the shit?
Oh, he found
Oh, there it
something,
is.
guys.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, there it is.
Hmm?
No, it's so weird. Sometimes it just doesn't work sometimes. But, yeah. What were you saying? I know you were saying something.
Nah. Anyway, that I was going back to my point of the hackers
Oh,
being like,
yeah.
yeah, don't do it. If you do it again, I'm gonna find you. But the worst part
Why-
is now
yeah.
because the Fall Guys like went into like this maintenance phase. I want to say they got rid of the actual names in game and just replaced them with like numbers. So you can't even know like who's actually doing it, and it's pretty bad.
I mean, you still have a number to pick. Like report number 86. You
Yeah,
know?
but there's no report feature. I feel like they
Uh,
should add that though. Be honest.
well, every multiplayer online game should have that.
Yeah, but
And
I
that's their own fault.
in Fall Guys, I don't think there really is a report button. At least the last time I checked, there wasn't.
Also, Game Beast and Fall Guys are not the same company.
No. All right. Well, the more you know. Da da da. All right. So, I guess I'll just go into my next point. So, you want to know what grinds my other gear? Ben? He's not here, guys. He probably doesn't hear me. He's not here. Ooh. He probably doesn't hear me. Let me just make sure. Unless his mic is something. Let's cut this out. Alright, well, I guess we'll wait a little bit. It doesn't say he muted himself, so we don't know yet. wait. I can hear him. Oh, wait. Something happened? Oh, I hear fireworks. I'll cut this stuff out. Is he gonna join back? Let me see. You good? Something probably happened. Bep bep.
Thank the Lord. Why does Optimum hate me?
What happened?
No, Optimum to give me the old 1-2.
Oh, they just said hell no. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Why? Oh, you're doing something important? Oh yeah. Fuck that.
That's the same thing that happens with Verizon. So I'm not mad at that.
I mean, it just happens randomly. It's not even like they tell us.
Nah, I know they're resetting everything too. Optimum, like Ruve, he doesn't have any internet, and during the storm, one of the cable blocks is like outside. I guess like blew up apparently.
Mm.
So like they had it there. They're still waiting on it too.
Oh yeah. My dad still doesn't have power.
Yeah, because screw PSEG.
Yeah. Seriously.
His PSEG can go suck my balls.
Worst decision ever. Getting PSNG.
And then they all this come out of nowhere and just like kill us all.
Yeah, pretty much. there. I had a fun interaction with one of the guys who was cutting trees.
Really?
He was a town guy like I was, and well, we were working at the same park, and this was the day after the storm. It was Wednesday. I go there. He goes, "All right, this is what we're doing. We're going to these spots around the park, and we'll call it a day." And I go, "Okay, that doesn't seem like a very long day, but who knows? Maybe it'll take a lot of work. Maybe it will last all day because it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm there till 3 in the afternoon. Maybe we'll work through lunch and maybe we'll end up getting out a little early, maybe like a half hour early."
All right.
So we go to the one spot. We're done in like 45 minutes. I go, "Oh God, we're actually gonna get done by 12." And that's exactly what happened. We were done by 12, and then we were out by like 1.
Damn.
And we're like, well, we still. I mean, we didn't take a lunch, so we're like, all right, well, we're gonna take a lunch, and then we're gonna go back to our park. And we actually busted more ass at our park than we did with hauling off the trees at the other one. So we're like, well, what the shit?
What? Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
Oh, everything we do is ass backwards. That makes no sense. I could go on and on. There's no good point I can make to defend half the shit they're doing.
Yeah, I've seen some of the people come around here grabbing all the trees, and they're like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like they're just lazy, I guess.
Yeah. The thing is, we still have down trees. I can think of 3 just near me.
Yeah, there's actually a lot near me. Like,
Yeah,
my area got hit like hard.
Yeah. I mean, you and I live generally in the same area in terms of tree depth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even consider my area to have a lot of trees. and we got crushed.
Yeah, there was a
Pretty hard.
there was a tree that in the next town over. I'm not gonna say it, but like there's a tree fell onto a house. Like it was that bad.
Yeah, one of my coworkers actually had a big limb of a tree fall on them.
I on them
No,
physically.
no, on their house.
Oh, I was gonna be like, what the hell? Is he dead? Is he all
No,
right?
he's fine. No, he's fine. Sadly. Um,
Oh, okay.
but I was actually out in the storm that day. I was at work, and I actually saw the branches getting torn asunder, and right by our office, there's a nice big oak tree, and I was outside, just feeling the wind whip around, and I looked to my right, and sure as shit, there's a tree getting uprooted, maybe 50 feet away from me.
Oh
Uh,
God.
it just straight up, it just lifts off the ground and falls back, and that's a big tree, old ash tree, and it just falls back towards the playground. And I go, well, that was cool because I've never seen a tree get uprooted before. At least not in with my own eyes.
That's that is something that actually crushed a playground.
It crushed the fence, yeah.
Wow.
And that playground in there is brand new. They had just finished. They had finished. Um, well, technically during quarantine, but they wanted to finish up the works afterwards.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that was brand new.
Damn.
And well, luckily none of the new stuff got a few scratches, but nothing too bad.
At least that's good though. It's not like too bad.
No, I think we lost like 3 or 4 trees overall in the park itself. At least in my park. I know the park next door ended up getting out like 8, and they were big fuckers, like really big trees.
Like chunky.
Chunky, we're talking chungus size trees.
Big chungus. Just randomly there,
Chungus.
it just falls over, and then like he can't get up. 'Cause he's
This,
so
this
fat.
tree was Chungusaurus. He was big.
Wow.
You could actually, you could definitely see it with a small walk from the parking lot. If you go past the basketball courts, it's there.
I gotta go check that out after this.
Yeah, oh no, you can't get in right now.
Well, no,
But
yeah, I know.
it's at night. Yeah, you can't go in at night. But tomorrow morning, you can definitely see it. It's if you go past the basketball courts and all that wooded area, it's you can see a good few trees, and you can even see the pile that we made, collecting all of the tree debris. We put it in one big pile so a dump truck can just take it. Um, we put it in one big pile, and I'm hoping it's still there because boy, is it a sight to see.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to because it's a doozy.
Damn.
But yeah, I have pictures of in the storm at our park. For some goddamn reason, we have the soccer our soccer benches are the worst designed soccer benches in the world.
And they got
Especially,
crushed.
and no, they didn't even get crushed.
What?
And we've had issues with these things for years, and we're probably gonna get rid of them now because they got destroyed in this one. Yeah, so essentially, you ever seen the how soccer players, how their benches, there's that overhanging arch?
Yeah.
All right, so we have those, but they're not bolted to the ground. So
Um.
they're actually on fucking wheels.
Why?
So and the thing is, we have to weigh them down with sandbags. This way they don't go flying off. This wind was so strong that it caught underneath the wind. It was essentially a big sail, and
Oh my
it
God.
just took the seats away. it was leaning up against a fence. That next morning, and I've said for ages that we should move the soccer benches to the other side of the field because we've always had issues with them on that side. The wind will never come from the other direction. It physically cannot based on where we live. So,
Wow.
why don't we just move it on the other side of the field? Everyone said no. So I go, well, I'm not a boss, so I can't do anything. So they stood there and they kept breaking and breaking and breaking, and this was probably the last straw for them. And I tell them all the time, you know what? You guys refuse to listen to me, and you guys reap what you sow.
Yeah, that does like you have to at least listen to your coworkers. Don't
No,
be
no.
that
The thing is,
dick and be like,
I'm not a boss. I'm not a boss, so they don't listen to me.
that makes no sense.
I'm not a boss, so they don't listen to me. Even my boss goes like, look, if my higher ups don't say anything, they're not gonna listen to you. So whatever.
That that's crazy though.
You know, my boss who runs the park can't he can't he can't control what happens in his park. He's got to get approval from his bosses to do what he wants to do in his park. So there's just this hierarchy of absolute garbage. Yeah, but that leans into political stuff, and I'm not going to get into that now.
Yeah.
At least not yet. But yeah, it's I'm not a boss, so I don't have a say. And when they go, "Oh my God, how did this happen?" I'm gonna lean out my neck and go, "I told you so." And you know what? If they want to be mad at me, let them be mad at me. But they'll know I'm right. So I could think of numerous occasions where stuff like that happened, but that was the most egregious one of what just currently happened. Because with soccer nets, those things aren't cheap. Those things are pretty expensive and pretty, oddly enough, hard to build. Considering it's just essentially a thick, heavy bar with it's essentially a frame for think of a frame for a car.
Yeah.
With two wheels in the front, and then one of the beams just has an arching back, and that's pretty much what you got. But now, with it being on wheels, I said we should have had those things bolted in the ground to begin with, if they really wanted them that badly. But then again, what do I know? I'm not a boss.
Yeah, but if to me, like, I don't care if you're the boss. I would like to listen to inputs. Like, it would be helpful to do that. Be like, oh, this is just a suggestion.
Inputs?
Like, you don't have like a suggestion box to be like, hey, you have your suggestions. Put this right here.
Although in our office we do have something quite comical. It's the it says it's a wooden plank, and it says press this button for service. It's just a taped button on the plank of wood, and if you press it, obviously nothing fucking happens. And
okay, then that's kind of a waste.
That's the idea, because we don't take any. That's the idea.
That's the joke. Okay,
Yeah,
I missed the joke.
Press this button for the complaint department. Obviously, we don't have one, so
like you guys don't even have like an HR.
I mean, we have not at our park, but we have HR. But but that's not human resources required. That's just people straight up not listening to other people. That's not human resources. That's just being a douche.
Yeah, it's pretty douchey.
And sadly, you can't. Sadly, people can just be a douche and get away with it around where I work. So, in fact, you get paid. You actually get paid more when you're a douche. Believe it or not.
I don't believe that.
The more douchey you are, the more you get paid. It's just like YouTube. The douchier you are, the more you get paid.
True. Jake Paul, by the way.
Is Jake Paul the one that keeps getting in trouble? Yeah.
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 Yeah, recently.
That's right. Logan is getting his shit together.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
is. So I am surprised about that.
So yeah, hey, look, they have to grow up eventually, and if they don't break out of it now, they won't later.
True. It's like there's a lot of YouTubers, to be honest, though.
I mean, I could go on a whole different rant about YouTubers.
I mean, we can.
All right, I will.
Screw it.
Um, so YouTubers, I could go on and on about certain ones. Do I even need to say J Station's name to know that he's a douche tuber?
He is a douche
Um,
tuber.
I mean, he's in jail now, so he kind of got his comeuppance.
Yeah, finally.
Um, I mean, for not even for being a douche tuber, just because he's just a bad person. That's why he's in jail. Or I don't know if he's on parole now, or he's still currently in jail.
I think he's still in jail. Like I think he got like a year, I think, or 6 months or something
I don't
like
know.
that.
It was for abuse, for if I remember correctly, because of his girlfriend or something. But whatever the case may be, he was put in jail. If not, he's definitely in trouble and not posting, because I don't think he's posting anything for 3 or 4 months currently. And
it
now
doesn't say.
I'm not going to even go into all of them. I'm just going to stick with Jay for this specific time, because this man had essentially no regards for people's feelings. He wanted to make that quick buck when he can. And now I'm pretty sure he almost made an Etika video, a 3 a.m. Etika video, the day after he had passed.
Yeah.
He either he tweeted about it or he was ready to have it uploaded, and I don't think he ended up posting it.
Yeah, because of his death, because he didn't post
Yeah.
it, and then people would shit on everyone.
Oh yeah, people were ready to go at his ass.
Oh yeah.
But there was also another one called Before They Were Famous.
Oh yes, I saw that.
And now he's another fucking guy who has zero regards for human life. Who once somebody had passed it, like fucking clockwork, he'll come out with a video that within the next 24 hours. He'll just grind out a video, pump out whatever he needs to say, have it edited and ready to go by the end of the 24 hours after the announced death. It's really, really appalling to sometimes to see.
It's kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Because it's essentially like when people have documentaries about people. Let's just say somebody who doesn't even is even on the same scale. Let's just say Michael Jackson, right?
Okay.
I know it's a bad example, but let's just pick somebody famous who's passed. Or actually, you know what? Forget Michael Jackson. Let's go with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, better example.
Robin Williams, amazing fucking person. Everyone, tragic death as around the board, and it was honestly a shock to everyone.
Yeah.
Now, when somebody like that dies, obviously you're gonna have videos made about you. Oh man, he was such a good guy.
He was so funny.
I was a big fan. He was so funny. I was a big fan of all of his movies. I love everything he did.
Aladdin, by the way.
Aladdin. So you had people who could stand up and say, "Hey, this person was at least a genuine human being." And but with before they were famous and after they're gone, I think it was the other. After they're gone, because he did the same thing. When they passed away, and then before they were famous, like I know he did Post Malone before they were famous, and then he had something else. He had another series called Before They Died, something like that. It was the same person making the same kind of videos.
Damn.
It's just this anything that you can wiki how, you could just wiki somebody's name and like, oh yes, before they did this, they shopped at Walmart for $3.75. You know, it was like, what was the even point of even telling us that? We didn't need to know that. Yeah, he was a good person before he died. Okay, great.
Yeah. But you can see there with some people too, and then some people are just like, oh, they just had a douchey life.
And then I believe he was the only one who actually made a Etika video aside from somebody made a Ouija video, a 3M Ouija board video.
About
I don't
Etika, I
remember if that
believe,
was
right?
Jay. Huh?
There was a Ouija board one that was about Etika. I do remember
Yeah,
that.
I don't
And that
remember if
pissed
that
me
was
off.
Jay or not. I don't remember if that was Jay Station or not.
I don't think that was J Station.
I don't remember who did that, but I know there was a 3 a.m. Etika, and boy howdy, that got fucking shitted on quick.
Yeah.
That
pushed me off the edge.
I mean, I don't. That video has gone off of YouTube now. I'm sure there's only re-uploads of it, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's J Station.
Was it J Station? Did he do a 3
I'm J
a.m.?
Station. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, he did make a.
Ben, you cut out.
Oh, did I?
You cut out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I know. I just wasn't sure if that was J Station. Okay. So yeah, he did make that video. And good. And I hope he did get shit for it. And I'm sure he did. Maybe that's Etika's revenge. I don't know.
Oh, that's what it says on YouTube. At least I just typed it in.
No, I mean if it's on his official channel, then yeah.
That's a little.
Like why would you need to do that? Clearly there was massive feelings going towards Etika. Why would you put your neck out like that to defend Etika for somebody who clearly had mental health issues, who was pretty much neglected by everyone who watched him, and when everything was finally noticed that he was having these issues and has now long passed, he makes a 3 a.m. Ouija board. Like, the balls on you to do that.
Yeah, I know the same things. Like there's a FaZe member now who like is going through the same things as Etika. That's what I've heard.
Oh,
I'm forgetting.
Was it not Rug? Was it Rug?
I think it was Censor. Either Censor or Rug.
One of the two. Because I know they were going through some tough times over at FaZe for a while. Because at least in their FPS department, they're all bickering and fighting for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues
because FaZe is essentially not a clan anymore.
Yeah, it was just like this there.
I mean, now it's a title of FaZe, but you know anybody could have the title FaZe in their name, you know.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like they used to be Optic, now it's like Optic LA.
Yeah, now it's like there's sub branches of them. There's a new group that was up and rising, right?
100 Thieves.
100 Thieves, thank you.
They make really good content.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I haven't heard of them up until recently, and they've been doing a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch a lot of competitive gameplay, but what I do watch, it's usually 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves are like, was it Nade Shot? You have Noah J456, which is like very recent, I guess, like 6 months.
Yeah, I think he was one of the more recent additions.
They added a girl. I'm forgetting.
Oh yeah, there was a whole debate about adding a girl to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, which
like who cares?
Honestly, it's a good move though.
It shows diversity. And look, if they're good at video games, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, they added Courage. Courage is really funny.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
there's a few
who knows? With 100 Thieves, I hope they would last longer than FaZe. And I know recently, 100 Thieves just ended up getting they rented a house recently.
Yeah, that was a few months ago.
Yeah, fairly recently.
Yeah. And
So if you hear fireworks, there's fireworks currently going off. So
yeah,
apologize for that.
fireworks in August. By the way,
Fireworks at middle of August at past 10 o'clock at night. So
you want to know the reason for them? We don't know.
I got no fucking clue. It's literally the 8th of August, and I couldn't tell you why.
Like, unless you have like, oh, I have these extra fireworks, I'm just gonna use them. Screw
From
it.
4th of July.
You never know.
Like, because our area, New York does not allow fireworks.
No, they do not.
So eventually, who's ever shooting them off, better shoot them off quick.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of them all now.
Yeah.
Unless they're no.
You know what really grinds my gears?
These fireworks.
Fucking fireworks for no reason.
Yeah, I still have a few going off by my house too.
We don't live too far away. We're probably hearing the same ones.
No, I'm actually hearing different ones. Like, no joke.
You know, it's coming from the direction of your house, funny enough.
Really?
From where I'm sitting.
Damn.
So, don't give me that. You could say it's you. It's okay.
It's not me. I swear to God.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in some place in a parallel dimension. I'm shooting off fireworks.
Yeah, that's very true. Same here. But yeah, you know what's funny? I actually have a funny story about fireworks. I'm at my park. It's actually funny. I think around the same time too. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm by our work office, and where I'm just staring out to the parking lot, past our fields, and I'm not thinking anything of it. All I hear is a big firework. I just hear a boom. I see fireworks shoot off from the ground, and then I hear a motorcycle take off. So I go, oh, fucking great. So I grab my golf cart. I go towards the back parking lot where I saw it. By the time I get there, there's this couple there. I asked them, like, hey, look, did you just see a firework go off in the other parking lot? They go, yeah, it was some guy on a motorcycle. He threw it towards a bunch of cars and drove off. I go, why the hell did he do that? They go, I have no fucking clue, but the guy seemed like a lunatic. I go, oh, fucking great.
Is he drunk out of his mind, maybe?
I don't know if drunk, but just straight up, just lunatic, just crazy.
Yeah, as I say that, one of our friends in the group chat says I'm drunk. You know who it is.
Oh, yeah, probably. You know what's funny is I haven't activated that app in like weeks, so I haven't gotten any notifications for it.
Good. I think that's a good thing. I think you might want to stay away from that group chat for a little bit.
I don't care. But regardless, but the guy on the guy just tosses a random banger firework in the middle of a parking lot at 10 o'clock at night for no reason. Like, why? What was the need to do that? Like, what do you get out of throwing a firework towards cars and then just driving off somewhere?
Yeah, it's just pointless.
Like, let's even assume you did. I don't even think a firework can actually do damage aside from maybe leave a burn. Hits it. If it hits it, which you would have to have some severe accuracy to shoot off a firework directly straight.
No, you just take a shotgun. You just put the fireworks right in the shotgun holes and just shoot.
You'd have better luck actually aiming that way. But even still, it just seems extremely unlikely to just because it looked like he threw it towards the ground.
Damn.
And had extremely short fuse time once it launched because it launched right from the ground. And they even exploded off. So I think he even knew he did something wrong because he drove off immediately. And I heard the motorcycle go off. I just couldn't see him.
Yeah.
He had no lights on coming around. He stayed dark. So
He was like, "Oh no, what did I just do?"
you know what's
took
you know
off.
what would have been a better idea? I would have loved to have cut him off because we only have one exit. And even if I were to, I could bet you he just would have went around me. And honestly, at that point, I couldn't care less. But the fact that I could have at least seen him, maybe tripped up his bike a little bit, maybe he'll do a few somersaults. But it
Yeah.
just like what? Why would you need to do that? To even if you hated the like a firework, that's the best thing you could come up with.
No, next time it's a bomb.
No, it's not. No,
It blew up all
you
the
want to
car.
know how to really ruin somebody's car. It's the simplest thing in the world.
Bumper to bumper.
No. You can buy it at a supermarket. Do you know what it is?
No, I actually don't.
Baloney.
Baloney. What does
Yeah.
that do?
The acids on baloney will actually ruin a paint job, and it'll really do some shit to it. Leave it on there long enough. If you actually let it bake onto the car, it'll actually ruin the paint.
I thought it was prosciutto.
No, I'm
Unless they have like the same acid.
No, they probably have the same acid. But I know bologna. If you leave bologna on there long enough on like a hot summer day, you can actually really fuck up somebody's paint.
Damn, it's like they have like all painted up, and then you just see that one little bald
It's
spot.
it's not physically hurting the metal for the car. It just ruins the paint. Which in some ways is worse, but not physical damage, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the car will still run regardless of the paint. It's just you now have to pay for paint.
Yeah, you're just making them waste money that they really don't have.
But not even don't have, they just don't need to spend it on.
Nah, then they just have a little bald spot on the side.
Yeah, I mean, you just slap it on the hood or the roof, and it's a nice little circle.
Just imagine you just put a whole car just baloney, and you just have a baloney mobile.
I've seen clips of it done, where the paint's just chipped off.
No, not even that. Like they keep the baloney on the car, and they drive with the baloney on the car.
I mean that at that point is their own will. Do that.
That'd be really funny.
I mean, behold the
baloney
ultimate
mobile.
pizza car.
The pizza car.
Yeah, truly.
I know. What is it? Written Link made a video about that. They literally made like a whole pizza from a car.
It
was funny.
Concerning.
But it's not concerning.
But no, it just that leads actually into a bigger issue with kids and cars.
Oh,
Specifically kids who just got their license at 17 issue. I'm pretty sure you and I both got our licenses at 18.
Yeah, I got mine at 18.
You're right. And with the whole recent stuff of COVID, I'm not sure if they were able to take their courses online, but they haven't been practicing physically driving. And now what I've been seeing a lot of is kids who just get their license without having to actually know what to do in a car. And now I've seen this firsthand at the park where they take a car and then they just start straight racing.
Why?
And I have no fucking clue. And then I literally asked one of the kids, because it was starting to rain, and he didn't have his lights on, and he didn't have his wiper blades going. And I go, hey guy, if you're getting out of here, you might want to, turn on your headlights. He starts futzing around in the car, and he got his wiper blades on, and now he's looking to turn on his headlights. He's looking around. He doesn't know what the headlights are. He's got no clue.
How the hell do you not know where your lights are? Like, it's the simplest part of driving. Like, you have to know where they are.
I later found out that by the passengers that it wasn't his car, it was his dad's car that he just kind of took.
Oh shit, he's in trouble.
So he's going, and now it's like a sports car too. So this shit does not do well in the rain. So he's trying to figure it out. This was, I want to say 10:30 at night, so I'm just getting ready to leave. And I get out of the park, I'm on Merrick Road. And maybe going past the high school, I see the same car get pulled over because he didn't have his headlights on.
Okay.
He had no headlights on. And even when the cop pulled him over, he had no headlights on. And then he's just like, I fucking told you. These kids just don't know how to do anything. But they think they're hot shit because their dad owns a sports car. So they'll race them. And then they won't know how to do anything else with them.
That's kind of sad though. I don't know. Maybe because he's like, oh, what's it, Gen Z? They call him.
I
right?
don't know what they're fucking called now.
They're called idiots. We'll call them idiots.
Yeah, let's just call them Jake Paulers.
All right, so Jake Paulers. So them Jake Paulers literally don't know how to goddamn drive.
More or less, especially with this new iteration of kids learning how to drive, because you can't get your license, through the driver's ed course like how you and I did it because school's closed. So they're probably taking an online variant. I actually haven't looked on how they physically do it, and maybe they take a simulated driving test. I mean, that's how I would assume. I don't know about a physical driving test. Because, like I said, with all the COVID stuff that had just recently passed, I doubt they've been able to actually get appointments for physical driver's ed courses.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually started to reopen them.
Just recently?
Just recently, yeah.
Yeah, but all these people who had their license pretty much be held back because of COVID. You know, taking an online course is way easier than, actually sitting in a car.
Yeah.
I don't know if they require X amount of hours of driving, but I know it. I know.
Does not say.
I remember we had to have. I think we had to have 50 hours of driving.
Was it?
And signed off.
I took a driver's ed course during the summer.
Oh, see, I went during school, so maybe it's different.
It might be different.
So, but I know I needed X amount of hours of driving.
Yeah,
which you should have. You should have driving experience. You should know how it feels to drive a car.
Yeah, that goes with any car, really. I would say if you're doing manual too, you have to know how to drive a manual.
I mean, I've never physically driven a manual. I just don't see myself in the situation of driving a manual car. Manuals at this point is pretty much a thing of the past, unless you're into vintage cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know any modern cars that are into manual.
Yeah.
I said, unless it's vintage.
All right, so I think I found it. So it says, say the requirement for road tests. This is what you have to do when you're driving with someone, I guess.
Okay.
So they have to be screened for symptoms of COVID-19 before and afterwards.
All right.
So you have to be tested.
I like how it's afterwards.
Yeah, before and after.
After just seems funny. It's just well, thank you for spending an hour and a half with me. Let's see if you have COVID now.
Yeah, it's so weird. So this is you must always wear a face covering and maintain 6 feet from others at the road test site whenever possible.
Oh, it's a test site. Okay.
Yeah, so at the test site itself. Doesn't
Yeah.
say,
All right.
but in the car though.
No, yeah, I was gonna say it's probably just you and the instructor
Yeah.
because there's no way you can keep 6 feet in a car. No way.
Do not appear for your road test if you, one, have been directed to quarantine, isolate, or self monitor at home by any doctor or hospital or health agency. Or two,
Okay.
if have flu like symptoms or symptoms of the COVID.
Right.
And
Shortness of
three,
breath, dying. Yeah.
three, have been diagnosed with or have had close contact with anyone diagnosed with it.
So if I had COVID-19 and I got better of it, I can't go for my driving course.
Correct.
So how the fuck would I get my license?
I guess you would have to wait until you get like actual like results, like you're cleared.
So I would have to be 100% cleared from COVID-19.
Yes, that's what according to the actual DMV website.
So I would probably need to bring in a doctor's note or something.
Yeah, saying like, "Oh, I don't have it. Let's drive." That'd be so weird though. Like you go to like one of the
That leads
instructors.
into an even bigger thing though, of I could say that I had at one point I got better, but I can't go back into work because I had COVID. You know, some places just straight up won't take you back if you have had COVID.
Yeah.
They just want, yeah. The one place by us who they just straight up won't let you reapply. They won't.
No, it's like,
They,
hey,
they,
you had it. We're not letting you back in.
yeah. They just straight up, yeah. Like, look, like it sucks that you had that COVID. Yeah, you're not allowed here anymore. So it's like the double slap in the face.
Yeah.
And now while they get unemployment for it, it's like, well, I wish I still had my job.
Yeah, that's what the people know now. You've seen like what is it, 1 point something million people out of jobs.
Yeah,
Something
yeah, it was
like
like
that.
1.7 million people had fully lost their jobs.
Yeah, but that includes me, by the way. Unfortunately.
Was that because of COVID, or did
Yes,
you leave because you wanted to?
I left the first job because I wanted to because I fucking hated that place. Like
Fair
holy
enough.
shit.
Fair
I can
enough. Fair
go
enough.
into a whole rant about that, but I'm not going to. The second one, yeah,
Yet,
that was because of COVID.
yeah. No, I just, it's just a shame how places really. I mean, it's not even like it was their fault. Obviously, this affects everyone on the grand scale of things. So it wasn't like, yeah, they targeted specific kinds of people. Fuck that person in particular. It was
Unless,
unless COVID-19 specifically targeted you, Mark. Fuck you.
yeah, fuck
Um,
me in particular.
but it was just one of those deals where everyone kind of got screwed out of it. If this had happened 2 years prior, I would have been in a real shit place. I know in my department.
Oh yeah,
Uh, I probably would have been fully out of a job. Probably both my jobs because I would definitely be working 2 jobs.
yeah.
Especially
At
two
that
years.
time, I remember you were working like 2, 3
I
jobs.
yeah, I think the year before that I had 3 jobs for about 6 months. Yeah,
Yeah, and you were like dying.
yeah. I was dead inside. I'm still dead inside, but a little bit less dead inside. Um, and by the time that this had hit, we were already in a pretty shit place to begin with. Um, and then this just fucking walloped everyone. This took a full slap on the face to every business imaginable. And
Yeah,
then, with leading to cutbacks, it's like, well, to reduce contact, I have to fire people. So where do we start? And then it's sadly a lot of the places that require, I know a lot of supermarkets didn't get rid of a lot of people, but they had to really cut back on hours. You know, sometimes they'd have only 2 or 3 people on a shift rather than 5 or 6 to keep
Yeah.
contact of food down. And then they slowly re established hours for people. I know, like over by me, the IGA, they only had 3 people on like a shift, and they weren't even allowed to be near each other for like for the whole day. They had one person outside, essentially dispensing hand sanitizer, and then another 2 people were out stocking shelves, and everyone else was on the register. And it got so bad to the point where you had to keep with the flow of the store. So when you first walked in, you had to go down the aisle in the way the arrow had told you. Now I don't give a shit of which way the store tells me to go, but honestly, by the time I had noticed that I needed to go in the direction of the arrow, I was already halfway around the store.
Yeah.
So, like, why?
Yeah,
But
that's something for.
but that was to keep down contact, and I heard many people got laid off from supermarkets, and then eventually it was a lot of. I had a friend who was helping out in a law firm, and he had to give that up because they just didn't want people in there. He couldn't work in there anymore just because they didn't want uh other people to be concerned that there was too many people in their offices.
Yeah,
And
that does suck though.
he had a pretty good gig going on over there. He was pretty much over the bar and making money. And then it just like, well, fuck, you know.
That's unfortunately a lot of jobs have to deal with that, and
You
a lot
know,
of people have to deal with unfortunate situations.
you know, uh when when COVID first hit, like like that week when it first got to the US, it was like, oh my god, I hope I don't get it. And then it spread over here quicker and quicker over to the East Coast. And then
And then yeah, New York became like the hot spot.
New York became the hot spot, and everybody freaked out. Everybody getting COVID in here. And by the time New York had fully shut down, people were already doing fires.
Yep.
Like how are we gonna maintain this? There's no way. And the government was good enough to keep a lot of the smaller businesses up, at least in terms of what they could do. Obviously there's no way that every small business that was already on the brink of failure was gonna survive. There was just no way. But if you were doing okay business and they did well, it was good for the most part. And if you know how to manage the money correctly, it was in your favor. you know Open your stores this way. You don't have to worry about maybe having it to simmer down. you know and
Yeah.
then luckily we live in a pretty okay area where we don't have to worry about the later BLM riots, where that wasn't the case near us.
Yeah. Screw that.
Yeah,
Let's
that,
go. Let's
that
go
that's
past
that's
that.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, at least in terms of break-ins, you don't have to worry. You can leave your store and not having to worry about somebody breaking in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm talking about months down the line from when COVID first hit, but I'm saying you could actually look at that later on and be like, okay, I know my store is safe. You know.
Hmm.
But that's a whole rally. That is a
That is not.
questionable thing.
Yes. That is
And
something we will
then
not go into.
But what I will go into, if you want to talk about fucking rallies, is the anti-maskers.
Oh no.
These fucking Cro-Magnon flat Earth fucking
Flat Earth
thinkers, 5G coronavirus causing fucking brainlets. They are just clearly not meant for this Earth. Clearly, they are the superior being. Because they think they know everything just because they don't wear a mask. They should, you know what they should do instead of wearing a mask? Wear a goddamn helmet.
the way everything.
You know what? They should wear a helmet because people are just gonna drop shit on their head.
Not
Walking
even
down
now.
the
They
street.
shoot him in the goddamn face.
No, not don't. I wouldn't cause them death. I just want them to get severely hurt. Because
Make them traumatized.
they need to wake up. They say, like, oh yeah, you need to be fucking woke. That's what they say. You woke. You refuse to think the Earth is round. Like,
Now I'm actually curious though. Like, how many anti-mask people actually think the Earth is flat?
oh, they're the same. They're the same people. They're easily the same people. Because
The same
they're the
amount.
same. No, seriously, they're the same freaks that don't trust the government, and they think that everything the government tells them is a lie, and meanwhile that couldn't be. There's no doubt there's shade in the government, but you're saying that the Earth, the physical embodiment of what we stand on, is not round. And then you go, coronavirus isn't real. It's just lies about the government. And it's like, how can you even think that? How many people are ended up dead? Hundreds of thousands of people are dead because of this virus.
Yeah, it's I think it reached up to 130,000, somewhere around there.
Whatever the case may be, it's over 100K in just death. Not along in terms of cases. In cases, I think we're over 500,000 now.
More than that.
I'm just talking about U.S. in that sense. Maybe 500.
Oh, just U.S. Alright, yeah.
Because I blipped on the news recently and I saw 500,000. I'm pretty sure that's just U.S. numbers.
Yeah, confirmed cases 5 million over
5
the
million.
entire U.S.
5 million in the U.S.
and just in the U.S.
Jesus Christ! All right, well,
That's just confirmed cases.
well, those can, a lot of those can be. Are you sure those are confirmed? Because those could be false positives.
Oh yeah, that's true.
5 million sounds like a lot.
Well, it says all the statistics here. Like, it's going down, which is good.
Okay, well, whatever the case may be, but the people who don't like to wear masks out in public, like just today, I went up to a new place I'd never been to. I had to work there, and I was working a booth where I have to interact with people, and the entire day, I had to wear a mask. And
everyone should wear a mask.
And if you're out in public, if you're interacting with people, you have to wear a mask. And we required people to wear a mask. I'm not going to break balls if you don't. But just know, if somebody comes around and tells you to put a mask on and you don't have one and they tell you to leave, don't be surprised when they tell you.
Yeah, all the store, everyone should implement that, to be honest.
Originally what they did for our beaches is a 6 foot social distance guard. And now let me tell you why that's a stupid fucking idea. I understand the concept. You want people 6 feet apart, but you don't know who's friends or family. So when you're breaking up people 6 feet apart, like just stand back. They actually had our seasonals doing that, telling people to break up people that weren't 6 feet apart. And it couldn't be any dumber. It was the dumbest job I think I've ever seen our place do. And I've seen a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, that is definitely really goddamn
And now
stupid.
it wasn't even people like not wearing masks because there were people not wearing masks there, but they were just told to leave because they weren't wearing masks. But you had people wearing masks being told to stay 6 feet apart. That's just stupid. What if they're friends? What if they're family? You don't know. And plus, you're ruining their good time. They came to the beach to have a good time to get away from this COVID shit to begin with. They're already wearing the mask. You really can't tell them to do much more. Any more than that, you're pretty much you're just raining on their parade.
Yeah, you're just ruining everything.
So
But
it inevitably ended up not working out anyways because people were just getting pissed because they were being told to stay 6 feet apart.
you're just like,
So
fuck this shit, I'm out, and then just
yeah, pretty much, and yeah, but the specific anti-maskers that go on rants about it's just like, all this COVID stuff is fake. You are just falling for the government's lies. You guys don't know shit. I know this COVID stuff is fake. I'm not gonna wear a mask. I'm not gonna wear it. I want to breathe. I live in America, and it's just like, come on. Like, this is why other countries hate us. It's that small percentage that makes a fucking voice because they're so goddamn stupid. And this is why people think America is about as fucking dumb as a stump.
yeah.
They see videos like that and it goes the same for our Karen videos. This is why people think we're dumb as a goddamn stump because those Karen videos, a majority of them are from the US. There's a guy that was in I'm pretty sure he was in a Costco.
Yeah, and everyone's freaked out.
And the Costco employee tells him to stop and to go back and put on a mask, but the guy's like, "No, I live in a free country." And I just got to go, guy, it's their rule to have a mask. It's they put up somebody, I forget who said it, but they brought up a great point. It's no different than saying no shirt, no shoes, no service. It's just wear a mask on top of it. If you're not wearing a mask, we don't have the right to provide you any service.
Get the hell out of my store. Never want to
And
see
pretty
your
much,
face again.
if a store deems you not worthy, they will not service you. Yeah, you are not worthy to shop at our store. We don't find you fit to come in here, so we are kicking you out. It was the same thing for a lot of drugstores. Drugstores, if they saw a certain person to come in here, they will not serve them.
Damn.
It's no different than that. Oh yeah, you woke up in a free country, but just because you woke up in a free country does not make you any less important or more important. You are just like every other person in the store that needs to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And people that just don't understand that just baffle me because it's not you that is the issue. It's other people. They're trying to protect you from other people. And in turn, that's vice versa.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind the one-sidedness that these people that just want to get away with as much as possible, because let's just say, oh man, dang, I forgot my mask. I gotta go back, go around.
Or
like
just have one in your car. Be smart.
Let's say you use your last disposable mask, right? And you go, oh shit, I'm out of masks. Can I just go in and buy some? And if the store is cool, they'll go like, yeah, here's the packet. We'll just ring it up right now.
Just put one on right now. If you don't put one on now, then sorry.
Then we'll put it on the rest of the bill. At least that's what I would do. It's just like, look, we sell masks. you know. Or hell, there's a store across the street that sells masks. So there's usually a convenience store, usually in relevant distance, that will sell a mask. And I know a lot of supermarkets now at the registers they'll sell packets of masks.
Yeah, because they are smart.
And some of them I know Stop and Shop does it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if King Colin does it. But I know the IGA had done it for a little while. I'm not sure if they're still doing it. I haven't been there in a few weeks. But it was a lot going on in terms of supermarkets because I heard an argument when I went to Stop and Shop. Guy was yelling at the guy to get out of the store because he wasn't wearing a mask, and you know what? The store has a right to do so.
Yep.
So you know what? I can't wait to surface somewhere online too. It's probably on Facebook already. Because you know those are the people that think Facebook is still the relevant fucking social media. You know,
Facebook
it's
gaming Omega.
yeah, seriously. It's baffling. Those are I mentioned the flat earthers and anti-maskers.
All on Facebook.
Yeah, all on Facebook. It's just those echo chambers of going back and forth. Oh, just like yeah, you're totally right. Masks are evil. Masks are evil. I can't breathe. And there was a post. I saw it up on Instagram that the guy had ran a 10K wearing 2 masks out in the blazing sun, and I just be like, "Yep, I can breathe totally fine." And like, come on, a guy like that just ran a 10K wearing 2 masks, and he's totally fine. And you say you can't breathe wearing one going shopping? Clearly, you have more than one thing wrong with you if you think that's an issue. If you want to say you don't want to wear a mask, just say you don't want to wear a mask. But don't say you can't breathe because you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, there's a whole thing on Twitter too about it too. That
Yeah,
like,
even Twitter. Twitter is
um,
almost as bad as Facebook at this point with the anti-maskers.
yeah, that's why I unfollow people who actually talk about anti-masks, so I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
And
I
block them.
don't think anybody I know that physically does that on Twitter. At least not that I think of off the top of my head. But
There was
yeah,
2 that I had to do.
yeah, and I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter anyways. But there's just so many people that just don't understand the concept of needing a mask. And even if you're totally healthy, you're perfectly healthy, you don't have to worry about you know, even if I get COVID-19, I am healthy. It's not the fact that you're getting it infected. It's that you're going to affect other people. That's going to infect other people, and it spreads and spreads and spreads. That's the whole point of something that's as infectious as this. You know, you might not even get it yourself, but you could carry it.
Yeah.
You know, you know what's funny is there was at a point where I thought I was a carrier because I hadn't gotten sick. Normally, when shit like this flies by, I get sick. But I've been very fortunate lately to not have gotten sick.
Honestly, same though for me. Like usually
You know,
around this time, like I would get like some type of like cold or something, and I haven't gotten it yet.
and you know what? It might be partially due to the I mean, I was only out of work for a month, but you know, for the generally 3 months that the general public was essentially not working. And then when I finally went back to work, you know, I mean, I always have really bad allergies. I mean, my sinuses are constantly flared. I always sound like I'm constantly being punched in the face.
Yeah.
It's a constant battle all the time. And you know, normally when something like this hits, I will get sick. It's almost inevitable. And now I've had both bronchitis and pneumonia before, so this was the next step. And I was, like I said, I was fortunate enough never to get this super bad. I at one point I thought I had it, but it was just my sinuses. Because it gives me flu-like symptoms. It gets me very dizzy. Not very dizzy, but and then my head starts to hurt. And
that happened to me in April, like when it actually first started.
yeah,
And like I went to the doctor and like, oh, he's like, oh, it's not COVID, it's just your sinuses. And
yeah,
just my sinuses have been getting like worse and worse and everything. So I'm taking like heavier prescriptions.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I
my
just had to be
sinuses are like I said, constantly flared, so I'm used to feeling like crap 24/7. But yeah, but again, this leads into people not wearing masks. What, you're not wearing a mask because you think that either you think it's just a hoax, or you think you're so goddamn healthy that you physically can't get it. But that's just a fallacy, because when or because at that point you're going to get it, you will get it, and then you're going to transfer it to somebody who's easily more susceptible and can easily die. You know, like I live with my grandmother, who's, she's rocking 75. If she gets it, she could potentially die. I mean, she's
yeah.
healthy for her age. She is. There is no doubt about
Oh
that. She
yeah, she
is
is definitely healthy.
regardless of what you would say about a 75-year-old, she is healthy. And and obviously as you get older, you're gonna have certain little health problems here or there. Everyone will when you get to that age.
Yeah.
But if she were to get something like that, that will put her into a hospital easily. If I get it, I might just be bedridden for a few weeks. I just stay in my room.
Yeah, it just happens with age.
But I obviously I couldn't do anything up until my symptoms were gone, and then even after my symptoms are gone, I have to wait 2 weeks to get clearance, because you have to self quarantine after your symptoms are gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so in total you're out for 4 weeks in total.
On top of telling other people that you were around, so to get them checked.
Yeah, it's a
So
whole process.
it's a hell of a process. And like I remember recently Jake's Paul was held that
Jake's
huge house
pool?
party.
I didn't know
Jake's
there.
Paul's.
I didn't know there was masks.
Jake's is his, Paul is his house. And so Jake Paul recently not only got his house raided, but he did throw that house party a few days prior being raided.
Yep, and didn't wear a
And
mask, and
nobody was wearing masks. A lot of those people were either already celebrities or clout chasers, pseudo celebrities.
then you get that, hey guys, scarce here, and then you just hear everything.
Yeah, you just hear scarce in the background, already reporting it as it's live. And it's just truly incredible on how daft these people can be. Just to throw a house party, just like, woo! They lightened up a quarantine, and then they start throwing parties without wearing masks, and that's not because where he lives in Calabasas, they were still in quarantine.
Yep.
Only certain places let up because their numbers were better. Calabasas was not one of those places to let up. And so I remember reading the mayor of Calabasas just like, yeah, we don't condone this at all.
Yeah, probably also another reason why he got his house raided.
No, no. Funny enough, I don't even think it was for the party. I think it was because somebody tipped off cops about all the guns in his house. Because they found a shit ton of guns.
Yeah, I know that they found like a sniper, like a long shot, something like that.
Well, the thing is, they were saying because he was affiliated with some other rapper who just left his guns there. I don't know how you could just leave guns at somebody else's house.
It's like, oh,
but,
can you just hold these guns for me?
Well, probably because that guy's house has got raided.
And surprisingly, that's not on the news.
But I from my understanding, they weren't his guns, but his house was 100% raided, and they did find a shit ton of guns.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was a lot going on, in terms of Calabasas with that party, because that was essentially, not that it was titled a COVID party, but it was essentially a COVID party because nobody was wearing masks. And up until this thing is either has had a full vaccine for it, where you can definitely say, where everyone can breathe a sigh of relief saying, good, we don't have to worry about COVID anymore.
Yeah, they're working on it, quote unquote.
Right, they're working on it, and they are, without a doubt. I don't have a shadow of a doubt that people are currently working on a vaccine, or just a, well, I mean, this is a virus, so it's never going to go 100% away. But having a vaccine will definitely be on the step in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
Like for a long time, pneumonia was the worst thing that you can get in terms of bronchial, unless you had asthma.
Yes, which I have, unfortunately. That's why I was very careful with everything.
Right, if you ended up getting something severe like this, that could put you in a hospital and onto a respirator easily.
Oh yeah.
My girlfriend, she's asthmatic. Granted, she's gotten a lot better, but she's asthmatic at birth, so she's been, if she were to get it, then
that'd be very fatal.
It would just be as fatal as any other asthmatic. She would need a respirator. She would need a bunch of stuff, and on top of an asthma attack, could easily kill her.
Oh yeah.
So it's just one of those things where it has to be prevented. Has to be. But and then, like I said, when a vaccine fully comes out and everyone breathes their sigh of relief, then you could start throwing parties like that. But up until then, you have to keep your parties minimal. And I don't want to use the term low key, but essentially keep them low key. Have just family over, family that hasn't had it, or if they do, they need to wear masks. Even if it's just a small family get together, bring a mask. Even if you're like, oh yeah, don't worry about bringing a mask, just bring a mask. Even if the host isn't wearing a mask, bring a mask.
Just be careful.
There is no downside to bringing a mask, even if it is a party.
Just don't be a dick. Simple.
Well, it's not even don't be a dick. Just use common sense. You obviously everyone knows what's going on. There is no doubt that people don't understand the concept of this, but at this point, unless those fucking anti-maskers come into play, then they just straight up don't get the point.
People don't have common sense these days, which sucks.
No, nobody. A lot of people just don't have fucking common sense.
Nobody has a brain.
Nobody has brain. It's just a true. It's like the eighth wonder of the world. How nobody can understand, or those fucking anti-maskers think.
You cut out. It happened again.
Oh. I just had to switch devices for some reason, even though I didn't switch. But it's like I was on my thought process and I completely lost it. But shit, I completely lost my thought.
It's alright.
But it goes back to anti-maskers being just straight up stupid.
They be all stupid. Do not become a Jake Paul.
Do not become a Jake Paul. Wear a mask.
Moral of the story.
That's what it comes down to in these COVID times. Even toddlers, they get the point.
Toddlers have more common sense than all these Jake Paulers. And that's kind of sad.
No, it really is the case where they understand the fact that, okay, I'm putting this on to feel safe. They understand that. Even if they don't understand the reason why, they understand that wearing the mask is safe. And their parents need to do that for them because obviously the kid's not going to know. So the parents need to do it for the kid. And like, here, give them the mask. And they go, why? It's just like, it makes you feel safe. That's all it does. And that's all you needed to do. Is to protect you and other people from spreading something that essentially could have been, let's boil it down, that could have been prevented, but because of bad decisions, did not.
Yes, I 100% agree. Alright.
My throat hurts.
I think that'll be it.
Alright.
So, I guess I don't even know what the goddamn call this. That's a real question.
I like rampaging rants.
Rampaging rants. Okay, that's what we'll call it.
I like rampaging rants a lot. I don't know why.
Alright, well, join us in a month or two when we do this again some way. I don't know. We'll see.
It's probably going to be random.
It's 100% random.
Oh, yeah. There's no way this is going to be monthly.
Hell no. There you can visit Ben at his Twitch or YouTube. You can plug that.
Both.
I'll put those in the description or whatever.
I do Twitch and YouTube.
Yes.
Blah.
Follow him.
I also think for myself.
Think for yourself.
I put that on my resume. I think for myself.
He thinks, but he doesn't. I don't know. All right. Bye.